see him sleeping. Shit, he just woke up. I was going to see if I could get him sleeping, but he just totally woke up. Man. All right, here he was. Here he is. See? There he is. I was going to see if I could get him while he was asleep, but he totally woke up. That's you. That's you, Ralphie. All right. He woke up. Hi, guys. Welcome to another stream of mine. I'm here. Ralphie's here. He totally woke up right when I was planning on streaming him while he was asleep. He was doing that cute thing where dogs are dreaming, right? And they're like barking in their sleep and stuff. And I was going to try and get it live on stream, but then he woke up. So now he's awake. Say hi, Ralph. Say hello to the world. There's the baby. Ow. Getting bigger each day. All right. Yeah, it's bigger each day, huh? All right. So welcome everybody to another stream. I saw that California was on fire again. Did you guys hear about that? Wildfires are back. I live in California, by the way, but I don't live in Southern California. So my sky was nice and clear. Took the dog out for a walk. Birds were chirping. Sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. It was like mid-60s, t-shirt weather. It's fantastic. Meanwhile, apparently Southern California, it's all on fire and it's all going up in a blaze of glory. But not where I live. So I'm safe. So don't anybody worry about me or Ralphie. All right. Before the stream started, I got a God damn it. Got a super chat from Davey D. LaFleur, one of my mods. Let me go back and grab the super chat and pull it up on screen. Here it is. So just before the stream started, one of my mods who's going to be busy tonight and won't be here says, have a great stream tonight. Likes up, thumbs up. All right. Thank you very much, Davey D. And I know he'll watch the replay at some point, but he's busy tonight, but showing his support before the stream even starts. Thank you very much, Shady Davey D. LaFleur. And also there was another very generous donation that came in from a longtime supporter, Dreadfully Awful. He used to be known as Mr. Funny Names. He's donated several times, and he donated the biggest donation ever to the channel recently. And so I want to give him a special shout out and thank you. I appreciate all of the generosity. It helps keep this channel going, keep me doing what I'm doing, so that I don't have to go get a shitty slave job and be unhappy. All right. So let's say hello to a few people here tonight. Vince G says, where's the hat? It's over here. I just didn't feel like wearing it tonight. I don't know. It will return. The hat will come back. But tonight I just felt like doing one maybe without the hat, just to show people that I can be just as funny and entertaining without the hat. The hat doesn't make the man. Andy's here. Hello, Andy. Got Dird says, hello, everyone. Tanya D says, please don't forget Homer Family, guys. Yes, the Homer Family, who I brought up, I think it was maybe 2 streams ago, went through a terrible tragedy, and they could use your support, definitely. Flip-flop days indeed. Says, fuck you, where's the dog? I just showed the dog. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on, Ralph. Here he is again. There he is. There's good old Ralphie. Making another appearance already. He just woke up. We went for a walk earlier, and then he ate, and then he just took a nap, so he'll probably want to play soon. Oh, there he goes. Already wanting to bite my thumb. He's a sweet boy. Here. All right. So I don't got a ton to talk about tonight. Mainly I was going to focus on the fire and stuff. And I won't go super long tonight. So tonight we won't do a long-ass 4-hour stream. I'll keep it a little tight and concise tonight. So wildfires. Can anybody remember when these fires became so wild? Because when I was younger, when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, I don't remember the news reports talking about entire towns and entire neighborhoods being wiped out down to ash. So it seems like fires at some point became smarter and more wild. Like they found out ways to spread more quickly, cause more devastation, and they just became more extra super wild. Did you guys notice that? So I'm trying to pinpoint what the date was. What was the date when fires, became so wild, man? Looks like I missed the super chat too. Let me get to these super chiznats. Dale Hess says, what's up, everyone? What do you think? And of course, I'm going to get to the direct energy weapon conspiracy. That is the most common thought of conspiracy when you hear of these wildfires and properties being burnt down to ash. Meanwhile, the trees in the front yard are still standing and green. So yes, I know all about the theory that this is done with direct energy weapons, but I also want to bring up nobody that I know of has ever produced video of a house that's perfectly intact and then it getting hit by a direct energy weapon. So does it start a little teeny fire on top of the roof, or does it blow the damn roof apart and start a big huge fire? And then how do they get it to perfectly jump from house to house? So you're telling me it's like a plane that shoots invisible beams at each individual house? You see, nobody's produced video to my satisfaction of like definitive proof that yes, here is the actual do attack taking place. But YouTube allows any Yahoo to jump on this platform and say it was a do attack. So they don't take down the videos where people claim it was a direct energy attack. In fact, there were people talking about it all through the Lahaina fires, saying it was a direct energy weapon, and all those videos pretty much still standing. So is it really a direct energy weapon? I'm not so sure. This isn't my first rodeo. I've made videos about this topic for like 6 years now, almost 7 years. And I'm going to show you some of my old videos on this topic. So back then I was talking about how I thought it was direct energy weapons. And now I've kind of changed my mind. And I think maybe something else is happening because nobody has been able to prove, like, here's a building and here's the direct energy weapon hitting it. Totally proof. That's what they're doing. Nobody's definitively proved that to me. So what we're seeing is the devastation afterwards. But we aren't seeing the actual properties from start to finish burn and then shoot chunks of burning embers to the neighbor's house, to the neighbor's house, to the neighbor's house. Understand? So I'm wondering if there's some other thing at play besides just a direct energy weapon, because that's what seems to be the guardrail conspiracy bait perhaps. All right. Nathaniel Arias says, I've been waiting for a video on the fires. Well, like I said, this isn't my first rodeo. I covered California wildfires like 6-7-ish years ago. I covered Canadian wildfires, the Hawaii wildfires. And so I've made videos on this subject, and it always comes down to like, okay, here's a bunch of properties basically burned down to ash, every square inch of the property. And how exactly are they doing this? And then you have the cars with the melted rims, right? You always have that melted rim shot of like a puddle of liquid melted metal. And everyone's like, the dew lasers. Now here's the thing. Are they invisible, or do you see the actual dew laser? When a dew laser shoots a car, does it start like burning a little hole, and then it turns into flames, and then it burns the hubcaps and makes them all like liquid metal? Like, how does that process work? Because we don't have that on film either. We don't have on film a car sitting there and then suddenly being direct energy attacked definitively. So that bothers me that I don't have on film definitive evidence of direct energy attack. What we do have plenty of aftermath. We've got plenty of aftermath. So we're going to take a look at all that. But I just want to point out, nobody to my satisfaction has produced proper evidence of like, here's an airplane shooting a dew laser at this house, starting it on fire, and then shooting another dew laser at the next house. And then look, the houses are shooting embers over to the neighbors. Nobody can get it all. Like, nobody can get this on camera. I got to see this process of how the fire starts and finishes a little better. And so we're always stuck with the aftermath. And then everybody online who's a conspiracy theorist saying, aha, the dew weapons. But we don't have the actual footage of the pew pew, the moment of the pew pew. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to just jump right on board with what could be conspiracy bait. Although I'm not going to say that for sure it's not direct energy weapons, because it totally could be. Totally could be. But when I start asking people questions, can you see the dew lasers? Some people will say yes. And then they'll go find some fake pictures. And then other people will say, no, you can't see the dew lasers. So it's invisible dew lasers. Do they come from airplanes? Do they shoot each individual house? Do you shoot one house and then does the fire with the wind carry it like they say to some degree? I don't know. I don't think that makes sense, that the fire just goes from neighbor to neighbor to neighbor to neighbor to neighbor to neighbor. It doesn't make sense to me. And it doesn't make sense that they have a plane just going pew, 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 because we don't have any of that on camera. So, still wondering exactly if there's something else at play, like, for instance, like you have somebody's electric circuitry on the side of their house, blow up or something. Their smart meter. That's what I was looking for. Have somebody's smart meter catch flame. But then how do you get every inch of the house to burn down? Shouldn't it leave like portions of some houses left standing? Why is it they're all burnt down to the ash? Very strange. All right. I haven't even shown any clips yet. We're already getting into this deep. All right. Nathaniel Arias says, my brother said he saw a satellite video where all three fires started at the same time. Bunch of cloud seeding patents are popping up the last 30 days. So I'm wondering if, chemical additives from above dropped by planes could be a a way to spread the fire more quickly, and then they can blame it on the wind. Here's the thing. I've lived in California. I grew up here, and I still live in California. And we don't usually get the wildfire operation in the winter. So that's new. Usually they save the wildfire operation for summer and fall. And they say it's because California's in a drought and because it's hot and the dry brush. It's excellent conditions for fires, right? Now, never have I, not that I can remember, have I heard of a news report where they're saying California's on fire in the dead of winter. So it being the middle of winter and we're getting the California wildfire deal, that's new. And what else was I going to say? Let me try and catch up on super chats while I remember what else I wanted to mention. And then I'll start showing some clips, of course, some news reports. Because we already know what they're saying. It's just wildfire. It's just really wild. One house catches, the wind makes it catch the next house, and then the next house, and then it's like a stack of burning dominoes, man. That's what the news is going to tell us. So we already know the story. It's the same story that they keep telling us every time a fire burns down an entire neighborhood, an entire town. It's the same story. Well, it's just really wild. This fire was not tame at all. It was super extra wild. All right. Nathaniel, thanks. That's your second time donating. I appreciate it. All right. So let me go ahead and show a video and get the party started. California Wildfires 2025 edition during the winter time.
We start tonight with that breaking news in Southern California.
We are not out of danger. The National Weather Service has predicted that the winds are going to pick up and get worse.
Fear and concern is growing tonight as flames light up the Los Angeles hillsides. Firefighters are scrambling to contain several major fires tonight. Just into our newsroom, we are learning of another fire erupting, this time in Silmar in the San Fernando Valley. Extremely strong winds are fanning the dangerous and potentially deadly flames that have already forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Laura Painter.
And I'm Chris Thomas. We're tracking the latest on the firefight tonight. I want you to take a look. I want to show you the location of the two biggest fires. They're both in LA County. The Palisades fire west of LA in the Pacific Palisades, and the new Eaton fire is northeast of the city near Pasadena.
Tonight, Sacramento Metro and city firefighters are heading to Southern California to help hundreds of firefighters already on the front lines. They gathered their belongings to head south just hours ago.
This might seem rare, but this is something that we've been experiencing more and more lately. And as these fire seasons keep going on, they just keep getting extended to pretty much almost year round at this point.
Yeah, that's because there's something else going on besides Mother Nature. It doesn't seem rare. It's fucking unheard of. Guys, here's the deal. I live in California, and like I said, during the winter time, this isn't an operation they usually pull. And then when I was growing up, when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, we didn't ever hear about entire neighborhoods burning down like this. That wasn't a thing that happened. And so at some point, fires became wild, is what they want you to believe. Now, we know that that's not the case. If you have a functioning brain, you know that fires didn't suddenly become more extra wild because the planet is more hot. We know that's definitely not the case. So what is the case? Well, seems these fires maybe started intentionally. So just how they're starting the fires, that's up for debate. But what's not up for debate in my mind, what is not debatable, this is not a naturally occurring event, and it is not due to the climate warming up and or changing. These are intentionally set fires by exactly whom and for exactly what reason, that I don't know. I can give you a few possible options, but I don't even know if any of these are correct. But I can give you a few reasons why maybe they're intentionally setting some fires. So here's a popular one. LA has the Olympics coming in 2028, so I've been told. So perhaps they're clearing out certain areas and getting infrastructure ready for LA to become a smart city and for the Olympics to show up to town. Now, I've heard other excuses before this fire. So in the past, let's say like 2018, there was a bunch of fires. And back then, I think the popular excuse was that they're making way for California's future bullet train. So I've heard different excuses. Maybe that was 2021, 2022. So I've heard in the past that they're burning away sections of California to make way for a futuristic bullet train that'll shoot from one end of the state to the other, from Northern California to Southern California. And so a lot of these fires are clearing out the path for the bullet train. Anyone remember that? The bullet train conspiracy? Huh. Okay, what else is there? Getting rid of the upper middle class, right? You want to get rid of certain areas, certain people in certain areas. What better way than just to burn them right out of there? You know, you don't want people sitting on property that just keeps going up and up and up in value in a desired area. So perhaps there's desired areas in California that they don't want people there, certain undesirables there. And so they might have their sights set on these, using these areas for God knows what, but they just want to get rid of these people. Maybe, you know, there's just that. Like there's certain areas that they might want to do some stuff with. We're not exactly sure what, but they're just burning people out of there. And then I wonder how many of them people get tipped off, you know. Seems crazy to me. And entire neighborhoods and towns get burnt down to ash. And certain companies see it coming. So we know this information does get out ahead of time. All right. There we go. Somebody says Olympics 2028. I heard that as well. I'm not totally dead set on that because they've had a bunch of fires throughout the last, I don't know, 10 years in California, all up and down the state. So it isn't just focused on LA, but perhaps there is some truth to that, that they're clearing out certain areas to prep LA to become a smart city and prep it for the Olympics and yada, yada. Perhaps there is some truth to that. To what degree, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I figure a land grab of some kind. I just couldn't tell you because I'm just a dude, you know. I live in what they call Northern California, but it's really Central California where I live. And it's a different world than the LA area. And so I'm not having to deal with any of it. But there has been times in the past, like I can show you videos from like 6 years ago, where the entire sky where I live was all orange and shitty for weeks because in the mountains and in the hills, there was a bunch of fires. And so I'm used to seeing the forests and the mountains burn down from time to time, but then they just grow back. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen forest areas burn down entirely, and then 3, 4, 5 years later, it's all back, and you can hardly even tell there was a fire. But when it comes to houses and it jumping from house to house to house, we definitely know something strange is going on. But what exactly is it? You know, it's easy to say direct energy weapons because that's what the popular conspiracy theory is online. But I wonder if there's something else at play, like chemical additives, preparation in advance, even, the planting of flammable materials in advance somehow. That I'm wondering about.
What you're seeing tonight is really the local, region, and state coming together and saying, you know what, there's a major disaster happening in Southern California. We need your help.
We're told local crews could spend up to 14 days in Los Angeles making sure the flames are put out.
This guy's asking, what's up with the high winds? Is that normal over there? Well, in the winter, we're going to get a little bit of crappy weather in California, even in nicer areas. So it might not snow in the valley where I live, but there's still days where the wind's going to whip up and it's going to be crappy weather. And so high winds during the winter is when I guess you would expect it. But what's rare and almost basically unheard of is wildfires breaking out in the dead of winter, because it's not considered to be dry season. Normally they can blame this on California being in a drought. In summertime, it's dry season. They can say, oh, dry brush, and then windy conditions cause this fire to spread. But during the dead of winter, I can't recall this ever happening in the middle of winter. And so it's definitely not normal as far as this wildfire operation being run in the middle of winter.
And first, here's a look at where the Palisades fire is burning. It's just northwest of Santa Monica.
Evacuations have been ordered past Highway 27, known as Topanga Canyon, down to Highway 1 or the Pacific Coast Highway, and into parts of Santa Monica. Here's what Governor Gavin Newsom had to say today.
And saw firsthand the impact of these swirling winds and the embers and the number of structures that are destroyed, of how serious this moment is and how important it is you listen to these evacuation orders.
And take a look. This is video of the flames burning at the Getty Villa Museum tonight. The president and CEO of the museum says some trees and vegetation burned, but good news is the galleries are protected.
And take a look at the latest numbers from CAL FIRE. The Palisades fire is now nearly 3,000 acres large, with evacuation orders impacting at least 30,000 people. There are no estimates on how many homes are destroyed or how many remain threatened.
But just as firefighters were working to contain a second fire burning near Pasadena, the growing...
Yeah, Gavin Newsom is a scumbag actor on the world stage, and it oozes off of him that he's a total scumbag, right? And he knows that people hate him. So it's like he carries himself in a certain way, like, yeah, I know that you think I'm a scumbag, and I am, but what are you going to do about it? Nothing. So fuck you. Oh, California's so devastated, and I'm just so upset about it. Boo-hoo. I'm going to go back to my mansion tonight and laugh about it while I eat an expensive catered meal. Probably. And this is a comedy show, you guys. So don't take anything that I'm saying too serious. I'm here to make you laugh and make you feel better because of this tragic situation that's going on.
Palisades fire is leaving a trail of destruction.
And this new video, nighttime video, just into our newsroom, shows the intense flames and powerful winds fire crews are battling tonight. Pops, explosions, and flames sweeping through a Los Angeles hillside, dotted with celebrity homes as winds picked up Tuesday night. This is new video of the Palisades fire, showing thick smoke and powerful wind fueling massive flames you see here on the side of a highway. Homes are destroyed and tens of thousands of people remain under evacuation orders. Clogged roads force some to abandon their cars and run for their lives.
The smoke just got really bad, so I just started packing up all of our stuff and we got in the car to go. And then all the cars were abandoned, so I had nowhere to go. So I just had to get out of my car and start walking. The smoke is so bad. I have no idea where we're going.
This is video of abandoned cars moved out of the way by a bulldozer to make a path for emergency vehicles. Fire trucks racing to the scene. Aircraft attacking the fire from above.
We threw everything we had at it really quick. We knew that if we didn't get it in 20 minutes, it would go to hundreds of acres.
And I've seen tons of fires. This is nothing. I'm scared for my life. It's terrifying.
Actor James Woods posting this video of flames near his home.
We've got a lot of planes going over.
Firefighters in an all-out battle to save this shopping center, pulling hoses right through businesses.
Oh no! Please save the Hollywood shopping center. Oh God, I hope no celebrities in Hollywood lose their mansions in the fucking Hollywood Hills. That would be a tragedy. Boo. So yeah, I live in California, but like Southern California is not my favorite place. In fact, it's like I don't really even like it at all. So anybody who's affected by it, who's part of my audience, yeah, I'm sorry and I feel for you. But other than that, fuck Southern California and fuck Hollywood. I actually don't mind if Hollywood just goes up in a big pile of shit flames. Burn it all down and build it back better. I agree. Hollywood sucks balls. Get rid of all of it. Burn down all the celebrity mansions in the Hollywood Hills. Nobody likes celebrities anymore. Anyway, get rid of all them no good sons of bitches. Right? Just kidding. It's a comedy act. It's just a joke. I don't hope that all the celebrities' house burns down. Just most of them. All right.
Even using buckets at one point to stop the spread. The fire started around 10:30 Tuesday morning, erupting in the Pacific Palisades foothills west of Los Angeles after what the National Weather Service calls the strongest windstorm to hit Southern California in more than a decade. Officials say the exact cause of the fire is not yet known. So let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods now, tracking the latest on the wind conditions tonight.
Right, and so you can take a look at some of the flames that are still burning for tonight at the Palisades fire. These particular cameras have been quite active with embers kind of flying around here as we look out towards these live pictures provided by UC San Diego and Alert California. This is the Eaton fire. This is just looking off in the distance, a big plume of smoke there. And then the Hearst fire, that one was the Sylmar fire just a little bit ago, and then they renamed that to the Hearst fire. But there's several fires burning throughout the region. Some of those embers just kind of flying around with our red flag warning in effect deep through tomorrow with a particularly dangerous situation. We've been seeing peak wind gusts at 50 to almost 80 miles per hour. And this will continue overnight into early Wednesday with extremely critical fire weather. Some of the air quality issues that are brewing right now, especially as night.
All right. So now you got some green dots and some red dots. Some serious shit, you guys. Look at these red dots over here. Look. It's hazardous, right? Green dots, that's good, right? So look right here. There's this hazardous and this green overlapping each other. So check it out. What happens if I'm like right here on like the border of good and hazardous? Can you stand on the border of good and hazardous? Like, the right side of me is getting torched, but the left side of me's good, right? I don't know. I mean, these graphs are highly accurate, you guys. What about these gray ones? It doesn't tell us what the gray ones are. There's no label for gray. Now I'm real confused. All right. Let me pull up another video. Oh. Mobile home park destroyed. Oh my God, you guys. The fire took out a mobile home park. It jumped from mobile home to mobile home. Poor unlucky people. Mother Nature was just not kind to them. They thought they could, live in a big, gigantic city and that they wouldn't have to worry about something like a forest fire. No, they had to worry about something much worse. Wildfire. And these fires are getting more wild as the planet gets even warmer because of global warming. These fires are getting even more wild. They'll show up in the middle of winter and they'll burn your ass, burn you right to the ground. All right. Oh yeah, is the blue roof still a thing? Here's the thing. The dew weapons have been talked about for many years now. No one ever brought up the blue roofs until Lahaina. And so now, is the blue roof thing still a thing or no? Are you perfectly safe as long as your roof is blue? Or is that just bullshit? Personally, I think the blue roof thing's bullshit, personally. But I'm also skeptical of dew weapon attacks the way they claim online. So there's that. So I know these fires are getting started intentionally somehow for nefarious reasons. I'm just not so quick to jump on board with dew weapon attacks as for sure the cause every single time. And so for that reason, I also can't jump on board with the blue roof thing. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I'm not so quick to jump on board. All right, so I have had days living in California where there's fires in the mountains near me, and then the wind brings in all the crap. And I have seen the sun all orange and it be all gray and nasty like this. So I have experienced what it's like for the sky to look like that for like a week, days and days. You go outside and it's like this orange nastiness, gray orange shit. And then so that I've been through this. But right now where I live, the skies are nice and blue and clear. So luckily I'm not getting any of the blowback where I live from any of these LA fires. Then, of course, there's that chemical fog conspiracy, right? Watch out for the chemical fog. It'll get you, right? Well, now you can have wildfires and chemical fog and planes just spraying God knows what, all rolled into one. You can basically attack the city of LA with like hundreds of chemical agents and be like, we're fighting the fire. We're going to dump chemical agents all over the city to ensure that the wildfire doesn't spread. It's a good thing. So if you go outside and you notice everything is laced with a chemical dust, don't be alarmed. It's just fire retardant. It's good. Now, you don't want to get this into, actually, never mind. It's good. All right. Bro, you sound like a Alex Jones conspiracy honk when you start saying like Oprah put the blue roof on there because the blue roof done blocks the direct energy weapon. Everybody knows that, dude. That wasn't a thing until Lahaina. and they brought out Oprah and The Rock to like ask for donations for that shit. And then they spread this blue roof conspiracy. But I found other buildings that were left untouched in Lahaina that didn't have blue roofs. So blue roofs, and some other buildings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not so quick to jump on just any old thing that gets thrown onto the interwebs when it comes to these conspiracies, because there are conspiracy theories that are basically like guardrail bait that they let you talk about here online, and they know that that's not how they did it, that that's not what's happening. So as long as they got you talking about this other thing, they don't mind. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes me wonder about the direct energy weapons. It's like, okay, well, no one has definitive proof, as far as video of a direct energy attack that I've seen. I've never seen a house or a car from start to finish direct energy attacked. So I still need to see definitive proof before I jump on board with that. So I'm still wondering what the hell they're doing to level entire neighborhoods and whatnot. Because here's the thing, they let the Hawaii real estate guy go on and on and on about dues and get hundreds of thousands of views on all his videos asking for money for the people of Lahaina. You guys probably know who I'm talking about, Hawaii real estate. He was Mr. Do weapon guy for Lahaina. Yeah, YouTube had no problem letting that guy make video after video, getting tons of views and monetary support. So I float the idea that these guys are connected back to the system. Infiltrators, government agents, if you will, paid off sellouts, whatever. And they're the ones who are going around showing you the cars, right? A car in the middle of an empty field. Look, the tires are melted, or the hubcaps are melted. It's like, it almost looks like a stage prop in certain circumstances. Anyway, so I'm skeptical of the evidence because we always see the aftermath, but we don't see from start to finish how the house gets leveled to the ground to ash. Wow, see, completely different, right? They're just showing us like some smoky areas and stuff, like, and then finally we see like what looks like a war zone, right? Where I come from, there is bombing, there is shooting. I saw my dad get shot in front of me. I come from Hakeshkashkedanstan, and this is what my hometown looked like after it was attacked by terrorists. Please send me your money. I have nothing left. Everything I own was blown up by the terrorists. Please send me your money. Right? Same shit, different day. This is an ad that plays sometimes on my videos, and it's like this Indian kid. He goes, I saw war, I saw bomb, I saw shooting. Give me money. It's like, okay, kid. All right. Like, we see the devastation, but we don't see like from start to finish, like, or even just how the first house gets started and then it gets the other ones going. I want to see the process. of the wildfire jump from house to house, like they say, and how it demolishes damn near everything. It's like, I want to see this. Why is it California keeps getting hit so bad? How come it doesn't happen, in other places nearly as bad? Like, it gets really hot in Phoenix, Arizona, right? How come you don't have like whole neighborhoods in Phoenix, or like subdivisions in Las Vegas just spontaneously combust, with wildfire, right? Interesting how California has just perfect conditions where it jumps from house to house like this. Yeah, I'm looking for other explanations besides just direct energy weapons, because that's a lot of devastation. So what does that mean? There's an airplane that just flies around and just constantly shoots a direct energy weapon and gets every inch of all these houses. Like, I want to see this process go down, and it bothers me that we get this total devastation like this aftermath, but we don't get the video of it like actually going down from start to finish. I want to see like a time lapse video of the entire neighborhood going up like this, like one house catches the next, catches the next, catches the next, and it all goes down to the ground like this. Like, we're missing a chunk. We're missing footage here. You know what I'm saying? Too much footage of devastation, not enough footage of beforehand, of the whole thing going down. So perhaps smart meters, lithium bomb batteries, perhaps that could explain some of it. You have smart cars start blowing up, and then smart meters blow up, and then a combination of flammable materials drop from above. I don't know. Still scratching my head on that, to tell you the truth. All right, let's go on to the next fire video. By fire video, I don't mean it's awesome like it's fire. I mean, it's literally a video about fire. So don't anyone get their hopes up. All right. Oh, here's one. You guys will like this one for sure. This one's about possible curfew because of fire.
If you come and do that.
Guys, Santa Monica announces potential curfew for Palisades fire. Now, it's just a potential curfew, but I find that funny because, in the future, they're going to try and set curfews for us grown adults, right? We're grown-ass adults. They're going to be like, oh, there's a fire. You can't come outside after 8 p.m. You better stay inside. It's dark time. There's a curfew, mister. Curfew?
Hear about the looting too, because earlier Pasadena police said we are not going to deal with that. If you come and do that, there's going to be 100. I think they said 150 police officers securing these neighborhoods. So hopefully
that's going to take some consequences for those people that think they can get away with doing that.
Yeah,
to take advantage of those who are suffering.
And we see Mike Rogers there at the desk.
Yeah,
and Mike, you've got some new video.
I do, and forgive me while I'm looking down at my screen here. I'm just reading something the city of Santa Monica just sent, and it kind of goes in line with what we were talking about, looting and all of those things. They just sent out a notice that they're instituting a curfew. They have declared a local state of emergency in the city of Santa Monica and are instituting a nighttime curfew. Now I'm trying to see, and that's, I forgive me for not staring at the screen, but I'm trying to read through this and see if they're giving times for what that curfew is. And the video that you're looking at right here is the video of the Palisades fire from our helicopter that is looking at it on the north end and from the San Fernando Valley. So bear with me. I'm going to continue to kind of look at this, and then I will let you know what those, if they list any times. In the press release, they don't immediately list them. So I'm going through the actual text of the proclamation to see what they say. But they are instituting a state of emergency, and they are issuing what they're calling nighttime curfews. I don't know if that.
State of emergency, you guys, because during a state of emergency, you know, a fire in this case, you better stay inside your house. Yeah, don't you know? There's a fire. It's burning stuff down. So don't go outside at night. Makes perfect sense. Why do you need to go outside if there's a fire? Stay in your house. Don't come out. It's an emergency. We're going to need you to stay inside and watch the nightly news, okay? We're going to need you to stay in your house. Don't come out after dark. There's a curfew in order. There's a fire, okay? So obviously you shouldn't be outside if there's a fire. Okay? So get in your house, stay there. Don't come out until we tell you it's okay. I'm not being dramatic. This is where this is going in the future, right? They're going to find any reason to make you stay home. Set a curfew for grown folks. And you know what? There's old people out there that are like, oh my. Like imagine like an 80-year-old lady who watches the news every night and believes it's all real, and she lives in Southern California. Oh my. Well, I guess I can't leave tonight. I was gonna go to my son's house and have dinner, but I guess there's a curfew. I better not. Right. Simone says, hi, Jake. Thoughts on insurance removing themselves in LA right before the fire? Yes, I heard about that earlier, and I couldn't exactly remember. I was going to bring it up, and it slipped my mind. But thank you for helping me remember. So, yeah, there were some Los Angeles-based insurance companies that removed the homeowners insurance for certain individuals in these certain areas months before this, you know, basically like they were tipped off that this was going to happen. And then they removed insurance policies from certain people in these certain areas. Yeah, I did hear about that, Simone. And I couldn't tell you, you know, to what degree that's true, how many policies, what have you, how many companies, whatever. But I did hear about that. And you hear a lot about that sort of thing, you know, certain companies having knowledge of these sort of things happening beforehand. So they make certain moves to set themselves up as to not take a gigantic loss or come out ahead and profit, what have you. Thank you, Simone. I appreciate the generous donation. Got one coming in from Lloyd H. Says YouTube channel Into Thin Air shows some weird things involving Area 51. Does it have to do with this subject, or is that just in general, like weird things? Like what? UFOs, aliens? Like what do you mean? I'm interested to hear you elaborate. Never heard of that channel either.
That's just sundown to sunup, or how all that's working. But yeah, that's video from SkyCal right now where you can see the fire is burning. 15,800 acres was the last update. And I'm just trying to see, you know, I just had a conversation with CAL FIRE because I was trying to see if they had any updated numbers on homes destroyed or buildings destroyed. And they're still sitting around that 1,000 number. As you can imagine, it is just going to be an impossible task to try to get through, and they will do it. But you know, everyone wants to know how many, and that is just such a long, arduous process to try to count every single building that has been damaged or destroyed, and they haven't even put the fire out yet, right?
As a business traveler, I appreciate TSA PreCheck. I don't have to take my laptop out of my bag. I don't have to take my...
All right. I got a couple more for you regarding the fire. There we go.
Rolling wildfires now in Southern California. 2 people have died, and authorities say more than 1,000 homes have been destroyed as multiple fires tear through Los Angeles County. Thousands have been evacuated there. Just this morning, that 4th fire spark, the Woodley fire, began near Van Nuys in the San Fernando Valley early this morning.
So 4 different fires, and these are in different areas. So it's not like one of these started all the rest of them. It's like all of these surrounding Los Angeles all just start popping off at the same time. What are the odds? And each of them is super wild. Each of the 4 fires, extra wild.
Fire burning just off of Interstate 405. As of 6 this morning, the fire had reached 75 acres with no containment. The Woodley fire, just one of several blazes in Los Angeles County right now. Take a look at this. The Palisades, Eaton, and Hearst fires have all sparked since Tuesday as the region continues to see strong Santa Ana winds.
See, check it out. Pacific Palisades. This is a long ways away over here. This is miles and miles away. And then you get this one over here. And then way up here, miles and miles away, one up here. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what are the odds? It's like, oh, yeah. All up in here, all at the same time. Wow.
The Eaton fire, the largest now burning in the area, spread to over 10,000 acres. It is at no containment. Started last night around 6. 52,000 people are under evacuation orders from this fire alone. The next largest is the Palisades fire at nearly...
So, Beware the Locust says cell towers would take out city blocks easy. But how? Like, how would it burn? How does the cell tower start the fire and take out each house down to the ash like that? Like, what does it? You know, I want to see video from start to finish, like I said, of like an entire neighborhood. You know, if there is footage, time-lapse footage, I want to see like where it starts first, how it starts, how it spreads, and goes to each house. But I have a feeling that footage isn't going to just magically pop up and make its way to me. So I have a feeling they're hiding that part of the process for a reason. Yeah, Keith, that's what makes me wonder and skeptical about direct energy weapons is the fact that they'll let any Yahoo jump on YouTube and say, it was direct energy weapons that did this. And so, but nobody can show me a video of a house that's perfectly fine being shot by a direct energy weapon. Like, and definitively prove, like, yes, here's a building that is being shot by a direct energy weapon and it's irrefutable. I'm all about irrefutable evidence if you can find it. You know, like how I was looking for a video of somebody getting ran over by one of them by that truck in New Orleans, and I couldn't find a video of anyone being ran over. Similar deal. I can't find a video of a car from start to finish being shot by a DEW or a house being shot by a DEW. But we get plenty of aftermath footage. And there's no shortage of people online who want to say that this is a DEW attack. But like I said, we're missing that key footage of the actual DEW attack. And that bothers me. It bothers me. Lloyd says, yes, Jake, latest video on Into Thin Air is about the fires in Area 51. Okay, I'll write it down and I'll try and bring that one up in a few minutes because I had a few other things I wanted to get to as far as this one is concerned. Into Thin Air. All right. All right, we'll try and get to that in just a minute. Lasers says, aren't lasers invisible in real life, though? Some lasers are, and some lasers aren't. Ever heard of a laser pointer? And then if there's smoke and debris in the air, then it can make the beam more visible and whatnot. So my thing is, even if the direct energy weapon is invisible, I still have never seen a house or a car that's perfectly fine and then it start getting shot and then burnt to a crisp. So I'm not saying it's not direct energy weapons. I'm just saying I'm skeptical of that being the answer for all these neighborhoods and all these properties being taken out down to the ground. I'm not so sure it's just direct energy weapon. I feel like maybe there's something else, some other piece to the puzzle that they're not disclosing at all, that no one's talking about. Bub's cat says, look into spontaneous combustion synthesis. All right, I'll have to write that one down too. All right.
3,000 acres. This was the first fire that started Tuesday in LA County. Still no containment there. Firefighters also battling the Hearst fire. It sparked last night around 10 behind UCLA Medical Center. Over 500.
But this has been a big problem because the fire actually jumped over Pacific Coast Highway and burned structures on the other side of the road. One of the most
I want to see video of it jumping over the road, right? She just claimed that the fire jumped over the road. I want to see it jump across that big road. That's a really big road. That's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 lanes, it looks like 6 lanes almost, it looks like. So you're telling me it just jumped across there. I want to see a video of it doing that.
We're at Pacific Coast Highway and Sunset Boulevard, where the wind continues to blow downhill, which is counterintuitive. Fire usually runs up a hill. But this has been a big problem because the fire actually jumped over Pacific Coast Highway and burned structures on the other side of the road. One of the most important overnight tools fire crews can use are helicopters, airdrops. But the more dangerous the wind is, the less effective the drops are. What happens is the wind pushes the water out of the way and it dissipates before it even reaches the ground and reaches its target. So one of the most important firefighting tools available to crews out here, we're standing by unused overnight. So difficult firefighting conditions, and at this point, evacuations and protection of life is the best fire crews can do. I'm Jennifer Bjorklund. Now back to you.
Now to our wildfire coverage. 3 fires in the.
All right, so this is just more of the same stuff. Okay. There was one other video I wanted to show. Oh yeah, I wanted to show that I covered this a long time ago. So let me go ahead and show you guys that I've already covered this direct energy conspiracy in the past. And so I don't rule it out. I just don't know for sure if this is what it is. But let me show you that they've been running this operation in California for a long time. So this video is from November 2018.
It's getting hot. Come on, people, go. Go. Come on, what are you waiting for? Go, 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 go. Oh my God. I better put the camera down. It's okay.
The guardrail's on fire even. Look at that. Keep going.
Past the bowling.
Lasers sound like the.
There we go. You guys might remember this right here. I think this is what makes me skeptical this might be conspiracy theory bait, is because of the way it was just presented to us. And anybody can jump online and point at these fires and say that it's a direct energy weapon. YouTube doesn't seem to have any problem with that. Check it out.
Lasers sound like the stuff of science fiction, right? Sound completely unbelievable. How could our military possibly be using those in future warfare? Guess what? We've just had a recent breakthrough, more great test results that are making lasers a reality. So it's called Athena. Lockheed Martin makes it, and they've been doing a lot of the pioneering in this laser field. Now, what's really exciting about it is that it's so hard to harness that much power and make it compact enough that's actually going to make practical sense downrange. And they've proven that they can do that. Recently, they tested it against 5 moving drones. So realistic drones that they might go up against with, enemy forces might send against us, for example, or terrorists might send against us. And it successfully shot down all 5 of the drones. This is huge news because it means that in a realistic, practical setting, it's looking very promising. So it could be ready to field quite soon. So when you see the movies or you look at comic books or television shows, when you see laser weapons, they tend to be a color, right? Red or green or something like that. Real lasers, one of the key advantages that they provide is that they are invisible. You actually can't see them. You just see this damage suddenly starting to blow something up.
So apparently you don't see any sort of laser. You just see the damage just start happening. Well, that's what I want to see. I want to see a house that's perfectly fine that just starts being set on fire. Like, does it start the roof on fire and then slowly go down the walls? Does it start at the base of the house and work its way up? I want to see the process of how this goes down, and the fact that I don't have that footage. Nobody has shown me. Like, here it is, definitive proof of each and every house being shot by a dew. That's what I don't have. So I'm very skeptical of that being what's happening every time we hear about a wildfire and we see all this aftermath of neighborhoods taken out.
So if we take a look now at what the Athena did to a truck. So we're looking at a truck engine, and the Athena within seconds was able to beam right in there.
So that's a still shot. We aren't seeing a video of Athena shooting that truck. That's just a still shot. And I would argue that with like a powder like thermite or whatever, you could burn a hole in the hood and take this photo and then claim it's from a direct energy weapon. So I'm very skeptical of stuff like this because it's not a video.
Heat the whole thing up and burn through the engine of this vehicle. So if you imagine if you were in that vehicle, all of a sudden this hole would start appearing in your engine.
Like this. I want to see it start to appear and then do this to a vehicle. I want to see it happen. And I don't ever get to see it happen. We're just stuck with the aftermath, and that bothers me. It's almost like it's a stage prop, but I don't get to see how the stage prop got like that.
And the whole thing would just disappear. That's what these lasers do. Now, there's some other key advantages that we should mention. Let me give you 3 of them. 1, unlimited.
See, guys, they've been showing these cars with the melted rims for a long time.
In your engine, and the whole thing would just disappear. That's what these lasers do. Now, there's some other key advantages that we should mention.
See, look, where the rims are melted, and there's a pool of melted metal, and then everything looks like it's a war zone. So this dates back to 2018. So like I said, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been covering this shit for years. So it's basically like same shit, different day for me.
Let me give you 3 of them. 1, unlimited ammo. As long as we have power, we have an unlimited magazine. And downrange, of course, having unlimited ammo can be a huge advantage. Second, it's silent. You don't give the enemy any advance warning that it's coming. And then the third one I wanted to touch on is that it travels at the speed of light.
Bing, bing. We have a winner.
So not only are we delivering powerful, decisive effects, lethality, we're also doing it so rapidly they don't know what hit them. So if you could circle back to that example of being in the car again, that would happen so instantaneously, within seconds, you truly would have no idea what was happening. It would just suddenly start disintegrating, right? So what can we use these against? So we talk.
See, look at this. They've been showing us these photos of this melted pools of metal on the ground, but we never get to see the actual rim melt ourselves. Be honest. Have you ever seen the video of the rim melting into that pool? No, you see the aftermath of the melted rim, but you don't see the rim melting. Be honest. I ain't never seen a video of the rim actually turn to liquid metal, but I have seen what looks like liquid metal on the ground next to some burnt out cars. So I'm very skeptical of this shit. Dreadfully Awful says, just woke up to Jake's stream. It's the best 2 a.m. wake up ever. Dreadfully Awful, like I said, made a very generous donation to the channel. And I won't say exactly how much, but I will say that he donated more than anyone has ever donated in one lump sum ever in the history of my channel. And so I am extremely grateful for your generosity. Dreadfully Awful. I know you've used several different names, handles, if you will, on YouTube here. You used to be Mr. Funny Names. And then I think you added several other names as well. So thank you. I appreciate the long-time support. It was extremely generous of you, and I really cannot thank you enough. All right. So guys, I've been covering this for years. So this is a video that I made, and I got almost 200,000 views on this video. One of my higher view counts that I've ever gotten. And they never took this video down. So they don't mind if you come out and talk about this stuff.
Talked about the vehicle a bit. We talked about how Athena has just proven itself against drones. But in the real world application, our forces could use it against the drones. We could use it against aircraft. We could use it against vehicles on the ground, like we mentioned. We could also use it against fast attack boats. And in fact, Athena's sibling, Adam, a couple years ago, proved that it could eliminate these fast attack boats. So if you imagine boats start trying to swarm one of our ships, not a problem for this laser. Burns right through the hull. As you can see right there, it's burning right through the hull. I'm incredibly excited about this news, this great news about the successful testing of Athena, because it means that we'll be putting these powerful weapons soon. We could.
All right. Bubs Cat says, Jake, look into the numerous Spanish land grants. I'm going to have to write this one down too. Having to write down several things tonight to go back and research. All right. I'll have to check into that as well. Randolph Jones says Nexrad towers use microwaves. Whatever it is that they're using, I want to see it like do what it does to a car in like real time. You know what I'm saying? I want to see video of a car that's untouched and then it start getting shot by a DEW or hit by a microwave weapon or whatever it is. I want to see the whole process go down. I don't just want to be stuck with a still shot of melted rims and then me wondering how in the hell it got like that. Got Dirt said my truck had a lithium fire and it didn't look like that. Lithium fires burn more than twice as hot as a normal fire. Interesting. Interesting piece of information there. And very sorry again about what happened to your family. Superjet 113 says, "Hey Jake, I've seen cell phone videos of this happening. Where do I post you the link?" All right, I'm gonna I think I can make you a mod really quick, and then you can post the link for right here, and then I'll click on it. All right. Well, when you find that link, post it in the chat, but make sure it's of a house or a car getting hit by a direct energy weapon. That's what we're talking about. Don't send me down some other stupid rabbit hole or show me some video that doesn't have anything to do with this. Maybe I missed a super chat. Bob's cat. 1 minute. I'm going back to see if I missed a super chat. It looked like Emily was saying I missed one. Yep, I did. My fault. Slim Faley says, "Du Hast." Oh, that's a cool song. For those of you who are like old school heavy metal fans, you guys probably remember Du Hast. Du Hast, Hast. It's like the only words to the song I remember is the name of the song. Thank you, Slim Faley, for the donation. And thank you, Emily, for letting me know. Yeah, Rammstein. That's who it is. Yeah, Rammstein. Du hast nicht. He. That's how it goes. Larry Liston says, "Jake is right. The footage of dues is sketchy." All right, so we'll see if Superjet can come up with a link. He says, "I won't. It's jumping slowly from building to building at night. You can see the beam through the smoke." Okay, I'd like to see it. There was a video of some telephone pole. God, what are those things on the telephone pole boxes? Fuse boxes, right? So those fuse boxes on the telephone poles. There was video of them doing a chain reaction exploding. So those circuit breakers or whatever they're called on the telephone poles, transformers. Yes. So the transformer boxes on all these telephone poles were exploding in a chain reaction. And Richie from Boston, swear to God, he's like, "The finger of God weapon. They're shooting the finger of God weapon at all of these telephone poles, and it is causing all of them to explode." It's like, no, it was a chain reaction. Like each one was causing the next one to like explode because it was like connected by a wire. But Richie from Boston said it was the finger of God weapon. And it was because when each one would explode, it would make this flash, and there was a little bit of glare. And so when the glare would go up and down across the screen, he would claim that that was evidence of a dew laser, or as he called it, the finger of God weapon. And then there were people in his comment section saying, no, Richie, that's just transformer boxes exploding. And he never took down the video. He just left it up. So Richie from Boston will see transformers exploding and say it's the finger of God weapon. But people got no problem with Richie from Boston, making shit up like that. All right, we're still waiting on a video link from Superjet. Let me know when you come up with that link.
Put them in the hands of our warfighters and give them even more powerful weaponry to keep themselves safe and also to deliver the effects that we need. They can be used, laser weapons can be used offensively and of course defensively too, to help protect our homeland. Think of our airports that might be under threat.
Yes, I saw all of the shill bags all teamed up together. RV came out and attacked Nico, and then he said, oh, never mind, I made a mistake. Now we're all cool. And then Richie from Boston's been over there kissing his ass, and they call themselves the Resistance. It's ridiculous. They're fake Christians, and they're controlled opposition to shills like Jaren. They want to make it look like they're the ones calling out the shills for their shilly acts, when really they're shills as well. So it's basically a bunch of shills all playing for the same team, but they're pretending to be feuding with each other. It's quite ridiculous. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of all the shills, to tell you the truth, and all the fake flat earth bullshit. Kind of sick of it lately. Sick of Will Duffy, the final experiment, and all that horse shit. All the shills spinning their wheels. Sick of all of that garbage. So I'm actually glad to be talking about something else tonight.
From enemy drones. They could be used to protect use them statically and used to protect our airports. They could be used to protect our power grid, our nuclear plants. So there's lots of different exciting applications for this technology. There's no longer science fiction, but science fact.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jake the Asshole here. As many of you know, I live in the state of California where these quote-unquote wildfires are taking place. I don't live in Southern California. However, even where I live in Northern California, in Modesto, I am seeing the aftermath of these fires. We have smoke filling our skies. The sun is partially obscured by smoke and debris. So we're seeing the effects, even in Northern California, from the fires that are raging down south. Now, when I look at the drone footage from Malibu, California.
So this is a 2018 Malibu. And here you can see like just nothing but ash. Like the entire property turned to ash. And then right over here, you got this green piece of grass and green trees and his pool. And this house right here, untouched. But then right here, it's just like complete devastation.
It immediately raised my eyebrow, and it should raise your eyebrow as well, because this fire.
So I've been documenting how this doesn't look right. It doesn't seem to make any sense. I've been documenting this for years. So this goes back to 2018, and this is Southern California. So they've been running this operation on and off for several years. But when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, you didn't hear about this happening. You didn't see news reports like this. So these fires became wild. I don't know, around like 2015 or something is when we started finally seeing stuff like this. All right. And then let me show you another video I made, which has this funny piece of propaganda. Well, I find it funny. Some of you guys might not find it funny, but here's a video I did around the same time. I did two videos on this Malibu fire. And then this was in my hometown of Modesto, which I don't live in Modesto anymore. I live in the Sacramento area currently. But look, you can see that there's a bunch of smoke in the air. And then the sun is all like orange and stuff. And check it out. It says wildfire embers can travel over 1 mile. And then they have the sign looking like it's been scorched and charred. Check it out. Wildfire embers can travel over 1 mile. Propaganda. Fire propaganda. And this was in my hometown. They put this billboard up while Southern California was being torched at the time. So I'm driving down the street in my hometown of Modesto, and here's what I see on a billboard. Wildfire embers can travel over 1 mile. And look, the end of the sign looks like it's been burned for extra added effect. So apparently, do you guys ever recall seeing an ember go flying past you? I mean, a mile? Wow. I've seen plenty of campfires, and I've seen some embers go up like above the fire and pop and stuff like that. But I've never seen one like leave my campfire and then take off and then go shoot hundreds of yards, you know, down the way. Never, ever have I seen an ember get up out of a fire and take off. I've never been standing there and then just seen like an ember just go shooting by. Right? Any of you guys ever seen one of these embers traveling over a mile? Over a mile? So what? 2 miles? That's over 1 mile. 10 miles? 100 miles? Why doesn't it say up to 1 mile? No, it's over 1 mile, you guys. So that means wildfire embers can travel an unlimited distance. Over 1 mile. I want to say this was near the cemetery in Modesto. God, like Scenic. I want to say this is on Scenic Drive near the cemetery, somewhere around there. It's long gone. They took this down. I mean, this was years ago. This is back in 2018. I'm just showing you that this operation's been going on for a long time, and I've been documenting it for a long time. And so I've been making content about this for years, and it's basically the same shit, different day. Apparently, wildfire embers can travel over 1 mile. Yes, farther than 1 mile. So no, I don't live in Southern California. I'm in the Sacramento area currently, and I went out for a walk with my dog earlier. Clear blue skies, sun was out, mid 60s. It felt like an early spring day in like late March. It felt like late March, early April. T-shirt weather. It was nice. No smoke, nothing. So 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, fucking 100 miles, infinity miles, because that would also be over 1 mile. So apparently wildfire embers can travel an unlimited distance, because that would definitely be over 1 mile. Wildfire embers from here in California could jump across the Pacific Ocean and land in fucking Japan. That's right. Hopefully Japan doesn't get hit by any of our wildfire embers flying over the Pacific Ocean, right? Because they can travel over 1 mile. you know, so 3,000, 5,000 miles. You guys better hope wherever you live, you don't get hit by one of these wildfire embers that can travel an unlimited distance. All right. Retro Bill says embers from space can travel over 1 light year. That's a science fact. If a wildfire ember leaves the planet's atmosphere, it basically doesn't burn up like anything else that would leave the planet's atmosphere because it's already on fire. It's already a burning ember. So it just stays burning when it leaves the planet's atmosphere. And then once it gets to outer space, or as I like to call it, magic floaty land, then it can travel over 1 light year, meaning it can travel an unlimited distance forever in outer space. It's a science fact, you guys. Superjet's having trouble finding the video. How about that, you guys? I said that I'm yet to see any video of a direct energy weapon being used on a house or a vehicle and definitively proving that that's what it is. And this guy's having trouble finding the video. How about that? How about that? All right. Moving on.
That would be over 1 mile. Everybody worldwide better beware because the wildfire embers are fucking coming for you. They can travel over 1 mile.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jake the Asshole here, reporting from Modesto, California. Luckily, there have been no wildfires that have broken out in my hometown or around my hometown.
This is what it looked like for like a week.
However, we are still feeling the effects heavily here as the smoke and debris fills the sky and blocks out the sun. As you can see, there is smoke and debris completely filling our skies all day and all night, and this is what it has looked like for the past week. This isn't just typical campfire smoke that we're breathing in this night. And when you mix in the chemtrails that they're still spraying in the sky with this toxic air, it basically turns...
Look at this. What a beautiful sunset, huh? Yeah, this is what we had to put up with back in 2018. So, guys, I've been covering this for a long time. I show how there's green trees, golf course right over here, and then right next to it, you have an obliterated house down to the ash. I've shown all of it. They pick and choose one house over the other. Hey, look, these houses don't have a blue roof. Nobody was talking about the blue roofs back in 2018.
PG&E in the Marin office before I was illegally fired because I was not intimidated into being quiet with the problems I saw firsthand regarding smart meters. PG&E knows that they do catch on fire when they are remotely turned back on when a customer who is delinquent in their bill finally pays their bill. These meters catch fire. They know it, and they are covering it up. When I started working at PG&E, the annual budget in meter reading was $70 million for roughly 1,000 meter readers. My supervisor, who was my best friend at the time, told me this. The Public Utility Commission and PG&E continually lied to the customers, saying it was a $2.2 billion system, when the Public Utility Commission and PG&E were questioned by a law firm suing over smart meters, and it's a $10 billion system.
Okay, so this guy's claiming that smart meters are exploding and it's being covered up. But he also said that it happens to people who are delinquent in their payments. And then when they do pay, that's when their smart meter catches fire. But that doesn't coincide. That doesn't make sense completely with what we're seeing, because a whole neighborhood's not going to be delinquent on their electricity bill. And then, of course, if you finally do pay your electricity bill, then they're going to burn your house down, but not when you're delinquent. So it's kind of weird, his story here, but I have heard the theory that the smart meters can be remotely detonated, but that still leaves me wondering how it takes the entire house down to ash. You know what I'm saying? Like the smart meters on one side of the house, how do they get the entire house to burn down to ash? And then the car out in the front yard to have the melted rims, you know?
PG&E tells their own employees it is a $10 billion system. That makes this illegal because it is a crime of fraud against the consumers of California. And when you divide the annual cost of meter reading into the $10 billion, this system never, ever, ever comes close to breaking even. You cannot allow PG&E to charge extra for a meter reader to come read a customer's meter when they already do it infinitely cheaper. I also like to point out the fact that no one else in PG&E does surveys for the gas department but the meter readers.
We have a defective product, and now we have proof that we have a defective product.
And that's very important. So we have a defective product. We have proof that it's a defective product. We have proof it seems that it's causing fires.
Yes.
Nothing is being said by the media. Nothing is being said by any politician. But homes are burning down here in DC as well as everywhere else.
And lives, more importantly, lives are being put at risk. We don't know when that's going to happen. And with this dry fire season, one home going up could result in many homes going up. This is nothing we should be playing around with now. We know that these meters are fire hazards, and we should be demanding a recall. We should be demanding that Itron remove these meters and put safe analog meters back on our homes and pay us for all of the money that has been incurred. We, the taxpayers, are going to be paying for this for years.
All right, so there's a couple videos that I made 6 years ago, and here we are repeating the same shit all over again. Same shit, different day. And here's the thing. I'm going to end up doing this again. Probably summertime, they'll probably do some more fires. Yeah. So later on this year, late summer maybe, we're going to do this again. And I'm going to be like, look, see? They're doing it again. Remember? Yeah, I don't know if it's dues. Yeah. Fun times, huh? All right. So let me look up one of these videos that was brought to my attention, and we'll see if there's anything to it. Into thin air. Palisades wildfire scary coincidence from Area 51. All right. Never heard of this guy. Never watched any of his content. This is all completely new and 100% a suggestion from you guys. So I have no idea what I'm getting into. I have no idea if this is going to be mind-blowing or totally stupid. Here we go.
All right, everyone, welcome back. January 8th, 2025, and we are clearly covering the Palisades fire as well as at least 4 other fires. There is a video I need to show you that I posted a few months ago during the Ventura fire. Some of you may have seen this, but this video has never been more important than it is today. It is literally showing Area 51 and military craft over that area laying something in the sky. It could be chaff, it could be something else. It then flows directly to Southern California without fail.
Here's my problem. What are we looking at? Oh, Jake, that's satellite footage. Oh, you mean satellites in outer space that don't exist? Where did this footage come from? See what I'm saying? Whenever anyone shows me satellite footage, does that mean that that person thinks that that's from outer space? What is it that I'm looking at here? How do I know that this is legit? You see what I'm saying? It's pixels on a screen.
Fail right where the fires are. I posted this video on X and it is currently going super viral. Watch this video and then tell me what you think when it comes down to Area 51, the fact that they canceled so many people's insurance, fire insurance, in the last couple months, and they have no water to put these fires out. These fires are 0% contained, all 5 of them, and it's just getting worse and worse. My friends, this video is going to blow your minds. Please share it in case it gets removed, because this is touching on some stuff that cannot be explained right now. Enjoy. All right, everyone, welcome back. This is going to blow your mind. Once again, we are looking at Area 51. As these fires are going on in Southern California, they are...
So he circles a place on a digital map on screen, right? And then some green stuff comes out of that area. So that's proof that Area 51 shot that green stuff. I mean, me personally, I'm the type of guy who's like, how can I trust that? But there's other people out there that'll be like, oh my God, that's proof that it came from Area 51. But not me. See, I need more definitive proof than this.
Laying something over Area 51, it's then being...
I can see why people like to click on these type of videos and like to watch this type of stuff. But I'm super duper skeptical of like everything, not just the government, not just the mainstream media, but other YouTubers as well. So this, to me, not doing it for me.
Shot by the next-red radar system. You can see that clear as day right here. It is then expanding and being dropped right over Southern California. And then take a look at what happens to Area 51. This is totally insane. This is not normal, and this is not birds or bugs. I can promise you that. There's something very odd going on with the military or something that's taking place in Area 51 and then being dropped in the sky, which is then carried over by the jet stream or some sort of wind pattern into Southern California. I talked about this yesterday when we predicted these wildfires based on a northwest anomaly that we saw, again from the next-red radar system, which then led to...
Okay, so the whole video, the rest of the video is all digital. So we're going to be looking at digital shit the entire time. And he's going to be like, look, this is not normal. I can't believe, dude, it's like, we're looking at a digital map with like green shit on the screen. A logical question would be like, how do I know that's not all just fake bullshit? How do I know this hasn't been manipulated? Okay, so I'm not convinced by any of that personally. All right, so we watched that video. Spontaneous combustion synthesis. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to look up with the spontaneous combustion synthesis. It brings up a lot of articles about spontaneous combustion, but I don't know specifically what I'm supposed to look up as far as spontaneous combustion synthesis. I'd have to be given a more finite direction to head. And then someone else said, look up Spanish land grants. Okay, let's read what pops up first. I forget who told me to look this up. The 588 grants made by Spanish and Mexican authorities in California between 1769 and 1846 encompass more than 8,850,000 acres, or nearly 1,400 square miles. The settlement of land titles was frequently complicated and lengthy. Eventually, these granted lands, known as ranchos, accounted for more than 13 million acres, including almost all of the coast between San Francisco and San Diego. Under American rule, however, most of those ranchos shrank or were lost by the Mexican grantees. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what exactly you want me to look up here either. All right. Speaking of fires and arson, do you guys know that there is a wanted fugitive YouTuber who currently posts and pretends like nothing is happening? And this fugitive YouTuber hired a hitman to throw a Molotov cocktail in his ex-girlfriend's home window while his infant son, to try and kill his ex and infant son. Luckily, they weren't home, so the attack didn't work. But then he went on to hire the same hitman to throw acid in the face and on the body of his ex-girlfriend. And this guy, of course, is none other than Gottis Logstins. He goes by the name Goatis here on YouTube. He used to be known as Spherage or Svedia, however you want to pronounce it. He is a wanted criminal who hired a hitman to try and kill his ex and his son. And we have a mod of mine here, Emily, who is currently going through the process of trying to get him deplatformed and taken off of Telegram so that he can't get any more money to commit any more crimes. And she actually has a petition that she started, and I'll show it to you. And it's to stop and deplatform Goatis here on YouTube. And not only him, but his girlfriend, Primal Bell. They're both wanted criminals in connection with an acid attack on this girl right here, Diane. This is Diane. This is Goatis' son. This is Goatis. His real name is Gottis Logstins. And he hired a man to commit an acid attack on Diane. This is her here. Both pictures. This is her burns. There's plenty of pictures of this on her YouTube channel, Lundy Forest. And so if you guys can please sign this petition to get Goatis deplatformed, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat. You don't have to use your real name. So that's the good news. You can sign the petition, but not use your real name. So I'm going to put the link for the petition right here in chat. So if you guys can go ahead and quickly sign it, that would help. So she's going through, Emily is going through the process of getting this guy deplatformed here on YouTube. And she's going through several different steps. She's taken it to the court. She's going through the court process, the legal process of getting him deplatformed. And this is also part of the process with this petition here. And then she's also doing the same for Telegram, because he's using Telegram to raise money, and he's used money to commit crimes in the past. And so we want to deplatform this guy and get him off of YouTube and Telegram so that he can't get any more funds, so that he can't finish the job and unalive his ex-girlfriend and his son. So if you've heard about this guy, he is still posting on YouTube. He won't go live. He won't tell anybody his location. So he's a wanted fugitive who still posts video content on YouTube. And so we're trying to get that stopped. No, I'm not just promoting him. I'm helping get the word out that he's a wanted criminal. So there was a documentary that was made by a big YouTuber just recently named Turkey Tom. And he did a documentary talking about the the crimes that he committed, the scams he pulled, and whatnot. It's not the best documentary, but it is decent, and it's already up to over 500,000 views. So there are people who have made documentaries about his crimes, and so the crimes are well documented. All the evidence is there. It's not an alleged crime that he committed. This is for real. And the last domino that needs to fall before he gets caught is his funds need to be taken away. Emily says the company is and has to comply with Euro law. They are violating our laws. Yeah. I'm going to put the link in the chat here again. And it only takes a second to sign, and you don't have to use a real name. In fact, you can protect yourself. This guy is a dangerous criminal, and he has raped a sleeping girl. He stabbed multiple classmates when he was in high school. He went on an actual stabbing spree. And this is documented. This is not alleged. This is not some made-up story. This is all documented. And then he abused physically and mentally a special needs girl. He was in a relationship with a special needs girl, and her parents paid him to be her caretaker. And while he was being paid to be her caretaker, he would physically and mentally and sexually abuse a mentally ill woman. And then when he left her and got in a relationship with Diane, the woman he would go on to have attacked with acid, he lost the money that he was getting from the parents of the mentally disabled girl. So then he scammed his audience and started e-begging, saying, please donate to me and my channel and to my Patreon, because I'm not getting money for taking care of this mentally disabled girl anymore. So he started e-begging, and then he would also scam his audience and say things like, oh, I lost my camera and I need a new camera. Please donate so that I can buy a new camera. Oh, my ex-girlfriend took my son. She kidnapped my son and I need to hire a lawyer. Please donate so I can hire a lawyer. So he would run these scams, and then he would use the money to hire hitmen to kill his ex-girlfriend. And so he hired a guy to burn down her house, and he did burn down her house. Luckily that she wasn't home. And then he hired the same guy and his daughter, it's a crazy story, to throw acid in the face of his ex-girlfriend. So he's wanted now. The guy who committed these crimes was caught, gave him up. And so all the evidence is there. It's an open and shut case. He's just a internationally wanted fugitive. So they can't go pick him up from his house because he doesn't live in a house. He lives in Airbnbs, and he jumps from Airbnb to Airbnb, jumps from one country to the next. So he's a border hopper, and he won't go live anymore. He won't tell anyone where he's at, but he's an internationally wanted fugitive. So basically, we're waiting for him to finally slip up and get caught, but it hasn't happened yet. Let me actually show you the documentary. Here it is. So a big name YouTuber, Turkey Tom, released this documentary 8 days ago, and it's already up to 582,000 views. That's a lot. So this one's looking really good as far as getting views. And then this documentary outlines how he tried to murder his ex and his son. Shows videos of him. and his crazy ideology. This is his son right here who he tried to kill. So anyway, if anyone wants to catch up on this story, this is the Turkey Tom documentary. And it's not the greatest documentary, but it will catch you up on the details of this story. And anyone who's asking Goatis about this, he automatically will block you. So if you go to his channel and ask him about this, did you kill your son? He'll just block you. Hey, is this true? He'll just block you. So one more time, here's the link to get him deplatformed. Please sign it if you can. His first YouTube channel under the name Spherage was banned, so he is a ban evader. And so you would figure YouTube would take his second channel down, but they've been dragging their feet in doing so. And the Turkey Tom documentary got a lot of attention from people who never heard of the case, so that's good. So more and more people are becoming aware, and his Telegram support has been dropping, but we want to see all of his monetary support vanish. We don't want him to make any money from YouTube or Telegram because he has been shown to use this money to commit atrocities, actual evil, terrible deeds. And the sad thing was I was warning people about this guy before he hired a guy to commit this arson and acid attack. So I was warning people that this guy was dangerous and a scammer and no good before he committed these terrible atrocities. So now that he has committed these crimes and is on the run from the law, I feel like it's my duty to ensure that his channel goes down and that he gets caught. All right. So I wanted to get to that tonight, even though that's completely separate from the California wildfires. All right. Yes, I started a parody channel talking about this guy 3 years ago. And then like 2 years ago, he committed the arson acid attack. And then I started getting more serious with the parody channel. And now the parody channel is basically not just a parody channel. It's like a full-blown like attempted murder investigation at this point. All right. So any questions about the fires or anything anyone wants to say about the wildfires before I wrap this one up? I didn't want to go too long tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up fairly early tonight. We're just going to do about 2 hours. So anything anyone wants to say here before we shut it down? Let me see how many signatures we got so far. We're up to 256 signatures. I'd like to see this get up to like 500 signatures if possible. So guys, if you can, real quick, click this link. You don't have to give your real name. Just sign the signature, a signature, even if it's, Mike Hunt, Mo Lester, whatever. Sharon Peters, whoever it is, whatever name you want to make up, just sign it so that hopefully we can get this guy deplatformed. Andy says it's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andy. Doodly-doo. Happy birthday to you. And many more on Channel 4. Gavin Newsom's mother is a whore. All right. Can you say? I just did. All right. Now I'm going to sing you the restaurant version of Happy Birthday. We all know the regular Happy Birthday song. This is the restaurant version of happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Hey, there you go. Restaurant happy birthday. Retro Bill coming in with a donation says, Jake, can firefighters simply use flamethrowers to fight fire with fire? You got to fight fire with fire. And there isn't a better way to fight fire with fire than to shoot fire with a flamethrower. I saw some fire. You know what they say, you got to fight fire with fire. So I whipped out a flamethrower and I fucking shot the fire with some fire. And you know what? It put the fire out. It worked. I used a flamethrower to extinguish a gigantic forest fire because you got to fight fire with fire. I showed up and this whole forest was just ablazing. And so I whipped out my flame-throwing drone and I shot fire at the fire, instantly put it out. I fought fire with fire and I won. I fought the fire and I won. I fought the fire with fire. I fought the fire and I won. I fought the fire and I won. That was stupid. I'm sorry for that. Sorry for that, you guys. Couldn't help myself. I fought the fire and I won. There is a such thing as a flame-throwing drone. I've shown it on the channel before. Look it up. Flame-throwing drone. It's a thing. So, that might be an effective fire-starting device, wouldn't you say? A drone that can shoot flames. Chris Dimead says, let's all just blame Joe Biden and feel sorry for ourselves. It's them damn Democrats. They're Democrats. They're trying to burn down California because Trump's trying to make everything great again. Trump's going to try and fix everything. And you got these goddamn Democrats burning everything down. There you go. First thing I'm going to do, if I was in charge, frankly, I'm not in charge yet. I'm counting down the days. First thing I do when I am in charge, I'm implementing Trumptricity into all of your lovely homes. It's going to be quite fantastic. It's going to be incredible. You're going to love it. Trumptricity is much cleaner, greener, meaner, far superior than conventional electricity. We're going to save millions and billions and billions. And you know who's going to finance the whole thing? China. Ching chong, ching ching chong, like a ding ding dong. Me Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your coat. Gong. All right. Now that I got that out of the way. We're still trying to get to the bottom of these outrageous wildfires. As you know, the climate is changing rapidly. Now, the Democrats, they like to blame me for global warming, but it's not me. All right, everyone knows global warming started in China. All right, and China's going to pay a hefty price for what they've done. So we're seeing strong winds, and these strong winds are carrying the flames all across Southern California. It's quite devastating. But when I come back as your next president, and I'm on my way back, once I get settled in the Oval Office, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take Joe Biden. I'm going to pick him up by his scruffy little neck. I'm going to look him right in his beady little eyes, and I'm going to say, Joe, you're fired. Get the hell out of my office. And I'm going to toss him out into the streets of Washington, D.C. There you go. Yeah, the fire, and everything's going to burn. Oh, yeah, the fire. Settle down, Beavis. Yeah, it's going to burn. Oh, yeah, boy. There you go. Greta didn't start the fire. It's to promote agenda. We didn't start the fire. Then the wheels are turning and some shit is burning. And we didn't start the fire. And then some shit is burning and the wheels are turning. All right. And with that, I guess it's time to say goodnight. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. We're going to keep this stream shorter tonight. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. And I will see you guys in the next video, next stream, whatever it is I do. I'll see you then. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the super chat donations and all of your wonderful messages. I'll go back and watch the replay and read what everyone had to say. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will catch you guys in the next stream. Have a good night. Peace out.